people have to quit multiple times before they're going to get a quit that succeeds. It's April 1st. I was trying to think of a video that I could make that would have a April Fool's kind of headline. And I realized this is one of them. The only sad side note here is this isn't a headline that's usually out just on April 1st. It's out year-round. It's perpetuated in professional literature. It's constantly repeated on most internet quit sites that people have to quit over and over and over again before they're going to get a quit that's going to work. And it's a sad state of affairs that this is the perception that's out there. Now, I need to point out, it's true that people seem to have to quit multiple times before they do get a quit that succeeds, but it's not because you have to quit multiple times to get a quit that succeeds. It's because of the advice that people are given as to how to quit, and even more important than that, how to stay off. That kind of advice that is out there is what undercuts so many people who could have pulled off a quit very successfully, whether it been their first quit or their second, whichever one it was. They could have pulled it off, they could have sustained it. But there's a piece of advice that's constantly floated out there on the concept of if you slip, if you take a puff, if you smoke a cigarette, if you smoke 5 or 10, don't let it put you back to using. That piece of advice that's just ubiquitous, that's out there almost everywhere, is what undercuts many people who could have had a long-term successful quit that would stay that way. They lost it because they took this little golden nugget of knowledge that seems to be out there, that there's a option that if you slip, you don't have to lose the quit. You take that piece of information, you assimilate into your consciousness, and then the opportunity for a cigarette arises, and you just have that little piece of information in your background, and it's like, oh, if I take it, I don't have to go back to using. Look how many times I've seen, don't let it happen, don't let it happen. I have a choice. I can take it and not let it happen. Disregard that option that you keep hearing about that exists. It's the belief in that option that allows you to take that option. And it's your belief that you could take the puff and not go back that allows you to take the puff and go back. If you want this to be the last quit you ever have to do, whether it's your first, whether it's your 10th, whether it's your 20th, whether it's some immeasurable number because there's been too many to count, if you want this one to be the one that works, it's a matter of this time making and forever sticking to your personal commitment to never take another puff.